The Lumos spell dissipated harmlessly against Granger's robes, yet the shock remained evident on her face. She gasped softly, placing a hand on her chest. Draco Malfoy approached her office with a measured saunter. "I promise you, not all spells will be so friendly," he said. Granger followed, replying calmly, "No one will cast unfriendly spells at me without reason." Draco turned toward her again, wand raised, his voice low but stern. "They may not have a reason now, but if your big breakthrough is as significant as Minister Shacklebolt believes, and when it inevitably becomes public knowledge, then—" He shook his wand slightly in warning. Prepared this time, Hermione responded swiftly, casting a Protego shield. "Better," Draco acknowledged. "Now, how are you at resisting the Imperious Curse?" Granger's hand tightened around her wand. "If you dare cast that on me in my own laboratory, I shall drown you in sanitatum and take great pleasure in the irony." Draco glanced upward as vials of sanitatum levitated off the benches and hovered ominously above his head. In a real confrontation, he might have vanished them all and launched a retaliatory blast. Nevertheless, he admired the impressive nonverbal magic. "I concede your research is largely protected from most physical wizarding intruders," Draco said as the vials gently settled. "But the true danger lies within your mind, which could be read, or tortured, from you or any member of your staff." "I am the principal investigator on this project," Hermione replied firmly. "My team consists of 5 undergraduates and 8 graduate students, whose combined knowledge of the project likely amounts to only 15% spread over 13 minds. They pose little vulnerability." Draco fixed her with a hard look. "Then you are the vulnerability." Predictably, Hermione bristled at the accusation. "And how well is your occlumency?" Draco inquired, accompanying the question with a probing legitimacy. He caught a clear glimpse of her perception of him, a tall, arrogant youth with impeccable hair, before she forcefully blocked his intrusion. Draco pressed a finger to his forehead. The sting of mental resistance was palpable. Hermione's eyes flashed with irritation, reminiscent of schoolyard days when a physical slap might have followed. "I thought we were evaluating the laboratory, not me," Hermione said sharply. "We are assessing risk exposures," Draco corrected. "And you are clearly a significant one. Is your home warded?" "Moderately so," she answered. "I can strengthen it." "I'll do the enhancements," Draco replied. "How do you travel?" "Flu network apparition," she listed. "Those methods are trackable." "Broomstick." "I detest flying," Hermione answered flatly. Draco fought the urge to sneer. To despise flying was, in his eyes, a lamentable position. "Since when is apparition trackable, beyond the trace?" Hermione asked. "Top secret," Draco said with a knowing smirk as he entered her office. He rifled through piles of paperwork and arcane tomes filled with indecipherable Muggle jargon. There was no sign of recent progress or useful notes pointing to her crucial findings. He eyed the computer in the corner with resigned vexation. How humbling that even a Muggle could operate such a device with ease. Perhaps the porter at the gate should have been detained for help, despite the statute of secrecy. Turning to the flickering screen, Draco waited for some confession but was met only with wavering lines. Meanwhile, Granger shed her healer robes and sank into the chair Draco had first occupied, releasing a deep sigh of fatigue. Underneath, she wore simple Muggle clothes, a long-sleeved top and opaque black leggings, vaguely scandalous by some standards. Her pale, drawn figure revealed the toll of her unrelenting schedule. "What does your schedule look like, Granger?" Draco asked, seeking insight into her daily life. A color-coded plan book floated over to him at her command. With a wand, Draco circled the blocks indicating moments of vulnerability, times when Hermione moved between locations and risked attack. Numerous they were: the laboratory, clinic, teaching, volunteering, tutoring, healing sessions at St. Mungo's and a Muggle clinic, occasional social outings. Only sparse days were marked as holidays. Granger declined to share personal details beyond that, the exhaustion across her features telling its own story. Draco recalled rumors that she had once been granted a time-turner at Hogwarts to manage her studies, rumors Potter and Weasley dismissed casually. Yet her relentless pace seemed to confirm it. Behind her desk hung a mosaic of certificates, diplomas, and awards. Nearly a dozen doctorates combined from magical and Muggle institutions spoke of her unmatched expertise. Draco caught sight of a partially concealed Order of Merlin, First Class, a prestigious honor. After Granger excused herself to prepare tea, Draco discreetly cast tracking spells on her personal belongings. Trainers under the desk, scattered hairpins, a half-finished cup of tea, and rifled through papers, finding little of interest. A small ping came from the computer, and Draco questioned, "How are these Muggle devices functioning in a magical building?" Granger shrugged. "I found ways to circumvent the issue." Draco pressed for more, but she only said ways before occluding her mind again. She showed Draco her innovative anti-magical force field, metallic pucks emitting a protective aura, arranged like a perimeter to block magic rather than allow it in, inspired by Muggle Wi-Fi hotspot. Draco was both impressed and cautious. "I'd report these to Shacklebolt," he advised. Granger met his gaze unflinchingly. "Go ahead." A plan began to take root in Draco's mind. He requested her schedule again, magically duplicating it to stay updated. "I'll draft a report with recommendations for your continued safety," Draco said. "Shacklebolt has agreed to withdraw active protection if you comply." Granger rolled out a lengthy parchment. Draco pointed to item 56. "The principal must wear the ring at all times until the project's completion." She eyed him suspiciously. Draco tossed a plain silver band onto the desk. The ring spun once, revealing a detailed Ouroboros engraving, the family motto inscribed within. Hermione expressed concern over its safety, recalling a tragic incident involving another magical piece of jewelry. Draco smiled at her suspicion and invited her to analyze the ring herself. Her spells revealed charms for location tracking, protection, distress signaling, and heart rate monitoring. "A wizarding Fitbit?" she joked. Draco just chuckled. "An artifact. A family heirloom." After much consideration, Hermione accepted the idea of further analysis. Their wary partnership settled into a fragile respect, as the ring would silently watch over her.